Physical activity interventions for older adults. Existing research shows that adults over 65 are at increased risk for chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and depression. Physical activity has been shown to reduce these risks and improve balance, strength, mobility, and mental well being. Although the World Health Organization recommends that older adults participate in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity per week, fewer than 30% of adults in this age group actually meet these guidelines. This highlights the need for structured programs that support older adults in becoming more active. This means that more adults are more at risk for chronic diseases, falls, and declining independence, which makes a physical activity program necessary. An intervention can help this population safely increase activity, improve overall health, and support independence long term. Social cognitive theory will guide this program because it focuses on how personal beliefs, behaviors, and the environment work together to influence physical activity. It also emphasizes building self efficacy, setting realistic goals, and using social support to stay motivated. These elements directly address common barriers in this population, such as the fear of getting injured, low confidence, and lack of motivation. By using this theory, the program can help older adults feel more capable, supported, and consistent in increasing their physical activity. The goal of this is to increase weekly physical activity levels among adults over 65 to improve their overall health, mobility, and independence. Now, by the end of this intervention, at least 75% of adults over 65 will increase their weekly physical activity levels by at least 30 minutes compared to baseline. And also, at least 70% of the participating older adults will show measurable improvement in at least two health indicators such as blood pressure, blood sugar, or BMI. And within 6 months of starting the program, at least 75% of adults over 65 will report improved mental well being scores using a validated mental health questionnaire. The population group that this intervention focuses on are adults at the age of 65 and older, both male and female, of all racial and ethnic backgrounds. Adults over 65 often experience age related declines in balance, mobility, and strength. This increases their risk of falls and chronic diseases, and they may also face barriers like fear of getting injured and chronic pain, no transportation, or little to no confidence in being active.
Funding, budgets included. Compensation and staff. In order to guarantee efficient operations, our team provides a training coordinator, trainers, employees, and stipends, equipment, and materials. Participants will have access to resistance bands, yoga mats, strength training, training chairs, and accelerometers, pedometers to help stretch and keep track of their progress. Incentives for participants. Participants will be given water bottles, small gifts, and other forms of appreciation to honor their accomplishments in order to keep motivation levels high. Educational resources. Each participant will be given a notebook, clipboards, pens, and handouts to record their progress. Facility and cost of space. Sessions will be taking place in communal centers, required permits, and closed by training facility. Transportation. If needed, participants can utilize transportation when needed in order to make sessions easier to attend. Food and beverages. Small snacks and water breaks will be provided to keep energy levels high during activities. Advertisements. We'll spread the word through social media posts, flyers, and free trials to give participants the courage to try us out. Source for funds. Combinations of local partnerships and funds from grants. Grant opportunity. CDC or NIH grants centered on physical activity or age-related programs. Grants for the well-being of older individuals from Robert Wood Johnson Foundation or the American Heart Association. Intervention activities. Intervention strategy. My intervention primarily target group community, and individual levels. While taking part in group exercise sessions that help develop confidence, relationships, and motivation, all participants will be striving towards individual physical activity goals. The initiative utilizes the use of common areas such as community centers to create an atmosphere where older individuals are offered assistance, encouraged to keep up with their activity levels, as well as welcome. The program aims to help individuals make exercising feel achievable as well as essential in their everyday lives by overcoming both social and physical barriers to activity. Individuals 65 and older can improve their stability, lower body strength, and daily movements through the use of buddy system, weekly learning opportunities, and arranged group exercise sessions. Measurement of progress. I include tools that accurately track changes as time goes by due to the course concentrating on physical activity programs. Physical activity. Every week, each participant will record their steps and time of movement using an accelerometer or pedometer. Balance. The Berg Balance Scale and the Activity Pacific Balance Confidence ABC scale will both be utilized to evaluate the improvements in stability prior to and following the interventions. Lower body strength. Progress will be recorded by using the 30-second chair stand test, being administered at the beginning and the end of the 12-week program will additionally be used to evaluate progress. When combined, these tools present an accurate representation of those utilizing strength, activity levels, and stability and confidence, enabling us to be able to track their progress as time goes on. Intervention activities. Informational. Participants once frequency a week before their group exercise class type will attend the educational meeting for 20 minutes at a low listening and discussion intensity, talking about the importance of daily activity, nutrition, and how to properly work certain exercise based on the individual help. I chose educational meetings in order to help many older individuals who lack the support and are struggling with isolation and loneliness, which can be barriers to staying active. Having social connections can prevent these issues and increase motivation and independence while being community-oriented and enjoyable. Social. Each individual will be given a buddy to help encourage each other throughout the weeks ongoing, while the group will also have a brief social check-ins low before and after class to share struggle on tips of improvement. I chose having a partner as it can boost an individual motivation and social support, especially when feeling passionless, by building social interactions in the community, reducing loneliness, and being forward to working out rather than seeing it as a chore. Behavioral. Participants will be given a journal in order to keep track and record their weekly steps, confidence levels, and strength results. At the end of each week, participants will be given 15 minutes in order to reflect. Low. What did the succeed in small groups set for the following week? I chose to track the participants' progress and give them the ability to write down how they feel in order to help older individuals to be able to see their improvements clearly while boosting their confidence and consistency. Reflecting over their work helps recognize how far they've come, keeping them locked in and focused on the bigger picture. Prescribed physical activities. Individuals will participate in 30 minutes, moderate intensity session groups 2 times a week by combining functional fitness, box squats, resistance bands, leg exercises, and mobility drills along with the light aerobic movements. Also, individuals will be encouraged to go on walks within their neighborhood or nearby parks for at least 30 minutes 2 times a week at a pace that is comfortable for them. I chose functional fitness as it can help build strength and stability within the lower body, directly targeting and preventing fall prevention and mobile issues from reoccurring. Walking is a simple, low-impact aerobic option that old individuals are enjoying as they don't have to feel overwhelmed while increasing their total weekly activity. Innovation. The program stands out due to how it takes an alternative strategy compared to standard senior fitness classes by combining physical activity with interactions with other, emotional wellness, and self-reflection. In addition to physical activity, the program involves journaling to reflect from weekly educational lessons and and an organized buddy system that assists participants create long-lasting habits, integrating physical activity with support from the community to help make the interventions more targeted, encouraging, and durable for older individuals who face experiences with loneliness or struggle with confidence within themselves. Setting. The program will be scheduled at a local convenient community center for senior citizens. Safe streets in the neighborhood and nearby parks can be accessed for extra walking activities. A discrete private classroom within the community center will be utilized to hold educational events and reflective sessions. Individuals who struggle with transportation or with mobility issues can have access to an optimal virtual check-in from the convenience of their homes. Strength. Convenient, familiar locations. Community centers offer friendly, dependable areas for senior citizens. Accessibility. A significant number of facilities have designed ramps, accessible restrooms, and areas to rest and are ADA approved. Combined resources. Private rooms for educational lessons, writing tables, and group training spaces. Community interactions. Encourage social interactions which helps prevent loneliness and helps boost motivation. Environment, availability of employees. Brightly lit areas and low risk of falls contribute to a secure environment. Limitations. Transportation barriers. Despite transportation options, a few senior citizens might find it difficult to navigate their way to the center. Restricted space availability. Community facilities may experience an excessive number of reservations, which impacts the flexibility of booking. Disruptions related to shared space or noise. Private educational events could be affected by overlapping programs. Attendance inconsistencies. Certain weeks might see fewer people participating due to the weather, chronic illnesses, or transportation difficulties. Accessibility varies. Not each park or sidewalks may not always have the explicitly age-friendly. Timeline of program. Pilot test. Week 0. Conduct a trial run with a handful between 6 to 8 senior citizens for a period of 1 week. Pay attention to the safety, pace, layout of the space, and instructions being clear. Gain instant feedback on availability, relaxation, and obstacles. Apply adjustment prior to the official start. Example, straightforward handouts, slower pacing. Week 1 and 2 Introduction. Objective, develop daily routine, safety, and relaxation. Limited functional physical activity sessions ranging from 20 to 25 minutes. Walk-in attended for newcomers 10 to 15 minutes at an accessible pace. Step recording set up along with the initial journaling sessions. Why is it important to stay active as we get older? Is the educational topic. Created buddy pairs. Week 3 to 6 Building consistency. Objectives. Slowly increase engagement and intensity. Exercise durations increases to 25 to 30 minutes. Incorporate balance training and resistance bands. Walking period increased by 20 to 25 minutes. Discussions taken from the weekly journal recordings continue. Social incorporations before and after sessions. Educational topics. Fundamental nutrition, prevention of falls. Week 7 to 10 Progression phase. Objective. Boost self-confidence, endurance, and strength. Sessions of functional exercise at an average intensity. Activities with bands for resistance gets more difficult. Walking duration is extended to 30 minutes. Participants begin to establish personal weekly goals. Buddy reliability develops greater strength. Educational topics. Establishing positive habits and consistent motivation. Week 11 through 12 Maintenance and independence. Objective, get participants involved with a set schedule to continue long term. Maintain an average amount of physical activity, promote walking independently while leaving sessions, evaluate progression from step, information and logs, concluding assessments of self-assurance, equilibrium, and strength, honoring with recognizing achievements.
Unexpected consequences. Positive, more social interaction than expected. Increased confidence and independence. Family and involvement grew. Negative, muscle soreness and fatigue. Attendance barriers, transportation and health. Response, Offer modifications, flexible attendance, and motivational support. Program implementation. Program duration 12 weeks. Location community center or local senior facility. Format combination of weekly educational meetings, group classes, buddy support, and home based walking assignments. Weekly structure 2 times a week, 30-minute functional fitness and light aerobic sessions. 1 time a week, 20-minute educational meeting, nutrition, safety, motivation. 2 times a week, independent walking, 30 minutes at a comfortable pace. Weekly, buddy check-ins, journaling reflections. Staff needed, certified fitness instructor. Program coordinator, volunteer buddies or peer leaders. Materials, pedometers, accelerometers, balance and strength testing tools, journals for reflection. Evaluation time points, week 1, baseline, and week 12, post-test. What are we measuring? Physical activity increase, balance, confidence, and fall risk. Lower body strength. Data analysis, percentage improvements for each objective. Identity patterns in attendance, motivation, and adherence. Participation feedback surveys. The outcome goal, demonstrate measurable increases in strength, balance, weekly activity levels, and overall confidence. Implications. Public health impact. Support aging in place by improving independence and reducing fall risk. Help reduce long-term healthcare costs associated with chronic disease and injuries. Community benefits. Strengthen social networks among older adults. Encouraging active, healthy lifestyles within the community. Provides a sustainable model for future programs. Future applications. Program can be adapted for different settings. Potential expansions to include nutrition, counseling, or chronic disease management. Data gathered can help refine larger city or state level initiatives of aging populations. References. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention 2023. Effects of exercise on cognitive performance in older adults. Characteristics of older adults who met Federal Physical Activity Guidelines. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Age-related dysfunctions and balance.